Welcome to Conversations for College Success. I'm here with Denzel Prince, and we're going to talk initially a little bit about his experience while he was in college. So, Denzel, let's first start with, what is your degree?
My degree is Bachelor of Arts in Digital Communications.
And why did you select that major?
I selected the major because I had a lot of kind of background experience within digital communication and things like that. I know there's a lot of networking involved within that degree. And so that's what I wanted to pursue. And so that's why I chose it.
Well, that sounds wonderful. So let's start with, while you were in college, what did you find easy?
I would say what I found easy was kind of staying on track because I made a schedule for myself. I think college is only hard for people if they allow it to be hard on themselves. And so I think the more you prepare, the better you're going to be in college. And so I would say, just setting my schedule, that kind of made my experience much better. And that was easy for me in college, just staying on track, writing down my classes on the calendar, when tests were going to be, when exams. And so that's kind of what was easy for me because I did have background experience on just keeping track of things. So.
Well, that is critical. That's something that another scholar had mentioned, that now in her case, I think her mom was helping her keep on track. But the fact that you have the ability to do that. Now, did you do that on a paper calendar, or did you have what I want to call it, electronic assistance? Because I know there's some type of software out there you can use too.
I had it all. I had a few on paper for my daily schedule. I had a whiteboard for my weekly schedule. I had a chalkboard. So I had it all. I had it on my phone as well. So digitally, I had a monthly calendar. So I had calendars for how my week was going to go, how my day was going to go from 12 to 5. What was I going to do? From Monday to Wednesday, what was I going to do? And so I kind of had 4 or 5 different calendars. And it's kind of how I stayed on track because I actually had a lot of things going on outside of college as well, like networking events and things like that. So that's kind of how I stayed. I had a lot of different calendars.
That's very impressive. And we're going to talk a little bit about your co-op experience. But before we go there, what did you find hard or difficult about college?
What did I find hard or difficult? I would say the timing, because I know a lot of classes, they kind of schedule things not thinking about the other classes that other students have. So a teacher, a professor may give you 2 exams in 1 week, not thinking that the student has 4 other classes. So that kind of what was harder for me, because there were a lot of professors that were not considerate of the fact that the students wasn't just taking that one class. So that's kind of, and students have to maneuver about that. But in scheduling, like I said, writing things down on your calendar and having a schedule planned out will really help you with that and help you better prepare for those things. And so that's what I would say was hard, though. Just professors not being considerate of students' time and other classes. So that's it.
You're absolutely correct, because I have talked to some professors, and I said in a presentation one time, some professors act like this is the only class they take. And I was shocked. The person said, yes, and I'm one of them. I was like, oh my gosh, that is not a good thing. But so that's an important point for people to realize. That also should be taken into consideration as you're scheduling your classes as well. The suggestion I've always had is you have too easy and too hard. And then that would make it a little bit easier to negotiate and navigate what you were just talking about.
Right.
What did you enjoy about college?
I enjoy. There are many things I definitely enjoy. I definitely enjoy meeting new people, because you're going to meet new people from all backgrounds, all genders. I mean, you're going to just meet new people with different majors, different experience than you, different skill sets. And so that's kind of what I enjoyed the most, because I don't think you can find that anywhere else outside of college. Because if you just start your job after you graduate high school, I mean, you're going to be working with people outside of high school. But when you go to college, you're meeting people from different majors, different skill sets, different backgrounds, different ethnicities. And so that's kind of what I enjoyed.
And we spoke earlier, you're still in touch with some of those people, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Appreciate that. So yeah, I am in touch with a lot of those people that I did meet. And so.
Very good. What about, what advice would you have for college students?
What advice? I know you guys are going to keep hearing me say this, but I will keep a schedule. You have to keep a schedule, even outside of college. On your out day, your out of school activities. You need a schedule to know what's going to come next. What is your day tomorrow going to look like? And so that's what I would say. What was the question there? Oh, that advice. Yeah, just keep track of all of the things that you have going on within school, because it's so easy to get distracted in college. I mean, you may go to college parties and may forget you have an exam the next morning. So I would say my advice to you is keep track. Because I know a lot of people say, don't take morning classes or don't do this. You only don't take morning classes if you're not a morning person or if you're not on track with everything. But if you just keep a schedule, keep track on everything that you have, exams, tests, quizzes, papers, and just keep track of everything, you're gonna be just fine in my book. And so that's kind of the advice that I would have to any college student.
Well, thank you so much for that. Now, did you actually attend any career fairs through the university?
So I've been on actually both sides of career fairs. I've been on the career fair of looking for a job or an internship or a co-op. And I've actually was on the other side of the employer. So I was with the employer actually recruiting. And so I have attended a few, I think 3 to 4 career fairs.
So let's divide this up to what are your thoughts as a person applying for a job? And then if you wouldn't mind sharing your expertise as someone who then started recruiting students to apply for jobs.
So I would say for people finding or looking for internship, co-op, or even a job, elevator pitch is, you even in career fairs, you need it because you want to be quick, you want to be to the point, you want to explain your skill set, you want to explain your experience, and you kind of want to give the employer kind of a quick background of who you are, because that's what they're looking for. That's what they're looking to hire. That's what they're looking to, hire and recruit. And so you want to kind of sell yourself within 30 seconds to a minute, because if you take 10 minutes just to get through, no employer, they're not going to listen to you if you're taking 10 minutes just to explain yourself. And that goes back to also having like a 1-page resume. You don't want a 5 to 6-page resume where it's a line of people behind you and the recruiters are waiting to get to them. And so that elevator pitch of having just a quick, short, high-level overview of what you do, who you are, your expertise, your skill level, and things like that. And so that's kind of from the recruiting side, like of being recruited. That's what I would say. Advice. And then, on the other side of being recruiting other people, I would kind of say the same thing, because that's what we looked for when we were recruiting students. We were looking for students who were passionate, were enthusiastic about doing the work, about starting, because many college students don't have experience. Let's just be honest. They don't have 3 to 4 years of experience. They're starting their entry level. And so you have to try to sell yourself as an entry level person. And so that's kind of, you have to explain that you're passionate, your skill set. And even if you don't have the skills, it's okay to say, I don't have that. Don't lie. Don't say you have something and then you can't do it. And so that's what I would say. Just be passionate, be truthful to the recruiters. And I think you'll do just fine in a career fair. So that's what I would say.
With that point that you just made, integrity is really important. And you're absolutely right. People should not claim to have skill sets they do not have, because that leaves a bad taste in someone's mouth.
Yep.
And quite frankly, you could be set up to have something in your file that says, do not hire. Exactly.
Right.
So those things actually do make a difference.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your information. I sincerely appreciate talking with you. And we'll catch up again soon, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.